Many years ago, people fought fierce battles to win this land. These heroic battles inspired many legends. This is one of those stories that will be talked about for generations to come. Someday people will forget these legends, leaving only scars upon the planet's surface. The planet referred to in this story is called Tichondra. If you know, you know. This is the 7th Saga. I'm busygamerdad. Thank you so much for tuning in, taking time out of your busy schedule. We're going to be playing this as our long playthrough. Hopefully you guys like it. This is a game that came out when Enix was not Square-enix. Our first hero that we're getting introduced to right now is Lux. He is a Tejuan. He is a cyborg, essentially a robot person from ancient technologies long since forgotten by this world. The next character in our roster is Legis, the demon. He's your dark caster. He gets, I think, pretty much all the dark magic spells, you know, ice, fire, status augments, poison, and things like that. Next is, I think, Camille, the human warrior. He is your most well-rounded character. He gets a lot of the best swords and shields in the game. He also does get some support magic as well. I think he gets a heal spell. Then we have our healer class, our human cleric named Velsu. This was the character that I played through the longest with this game. I have not yet beaten this game. He does get one dark magic spell that he really leans on all throughout the game. What is it? Asuna. Yes, Asuna Busy is the elf. She is the split. She gets half her spells from the light side, half her spells from the dark side. She's a really good hybrid caster, depending on which path you want to go with. Those are your kind of choices. Then we have Wilmy the alien. He is your strongest physical attacker. He does not need any armor or equipment. He can just rely on just going through the game with his fists and his body as his armor. He does get some spells, some AoE spells, but they're really high mana cost spells. And the last character is the dwarf, Ulvin. He is in between the light side and the physical powerhouses, but he's the slowest character out of our retinue of people that you could pick, your cast of characters that you could play. So this game, as I said, is a game I've not beaten. I hope to beat it. This is the third recording attempt for this game. My cartridge seems to be struggling. My system seems to be struggling. So hopefully this works for us and we don't have to scrub it because I lost my save or something like that. But these are your characters. You can pick any one of them to be your main character. Like I said, we're going to do Asuna. I said this in our post on our YouTube channel. I had people vote for it. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe so you can stay up to date with everything going on with the Busy Gamer Dads community and everything like that. So I will start us off there. Asuna. I think this is a really good character to start with as well, because they are very on the rails kind of learning, and it depends on who we get as our champion, or not champion, as our companion, which will really dictate how well this playthrough is going to go. Right. So this is King Lemuel who's talking to us right now. You have trained well in the past 5 years. Finally, the time has come to test your skills and knowledge. Your mission is to find the 7 runes hidden somewhere on the planet Tichondra. When you have all of the runes together, they will give you tremendous power, and you'll become the leader of this world. King Lemuel, tell us more about the runes. They exist in many different forms, and it is difficult to identify them. I'll give each of you a crystal ball. It will help you find the runes. Now, get ready for the journey and bring the runes back. So each hero receives a crystal ball, and now we're that's it. You're turned loose. So you can talk to everybody here. You can get a little bit of a flavor for them. He talks about, each character kind of gives a little bit of their backstory, a little bit of information about them, what they intend to do if they get the runes and things like that. Or, like I said, like this backs up, he doesn't need weapons or anything like that. So Lux and Wilmy do not need the weapons of the world. See, he doesn't need a weapon. He can get armor, I believe, but he also, like Wilmy, he's not as strong by comparison. But he's definitely one of the strong physical attackers as well. I'm the strongest of us all. So yeah, I don't think that's accurate. I actually think he might get the strongest over time, but I just I don't see that and in the game from what I remember. When I, like I said, played through this game, as far as I did when I was a kid, I played as Velsu, and my partner was Lux. My companion was Lux. So we had a pretty good, well-rounded group, and that's what I'm hopeful for in our playthrough here, is that we get either Lux or Wilmy would be great. Even if we get someone like Camille, that would be great. I'm gonna try and steer clear of Legis, and I'm gonna try and steer clear of Velsu if I can, because if we do take Velsu, while we have a lot of magic potential, we don't have a we'll say a frontliner in the game, and that's really kind of integral for the overall enjoyment of the game. When you look in the crystal ball, a moving speck is a monster, a large spot, a town, an extremely bright spot, one of the runes you are searching for. So in this game, you'll notice that there's a really clunky menu system. I will be going into it every time. There is no search button. This is Super Nintendo 1993 circa technology, and that's just what it is. You have these menus that you have to hop through. There is no overworld search button. I get used to it. You know, I get used to it really quick. I'm not going to talk to the people. I'm going to try and streamline this playthrough as much as I can. I don't remember everything. I might be looking some things up, and I will be honest with you guys if I do. Do this as a somewhat guided game, because like I said, I have played through this game on my own when I was a kid, and that was at this point 20 years ago. But this game has stuck with me, and I want to impart that upon you as best I can. This game has made an impression on me for all the right reasons. I really enjoyed this game. I think that this game is one of those games that if you hit it at the right time in your life, it is a very impactful story. I like the story. It's also one of the games that I first learned what an RPG could be. And it's also a game where I was learning reading skills. So I talk about this with the Super Mario playthrough that I had. Oh no, don't dodge. Don't dodge. So it's one of those games that is a very measured cornerstone in my life. So don't begrudge me my idiosyncrasies if I gush about this game and you look at it and you're like, that's nothing that special. It'd be like the same thing as anyone nowadays looking up their old cartoons on like YouTube or something like that, or on the internet, and looking at them, like watching the first few episodes or a few episodes and being like, I watched this as a kid? Why the heck did I watch this as a kid? This is terrible. So, you know, that's kind of what I equate this to. So what I'm doing right now, this game being part of the Super Nintendo era of games, this was around Super Nintendo first came to the United States. So there is a lot of nuances. I'll call it nuances. I might die, actually. If I die, that's fine. That's fine. I accept death. Okay, good. I got this. I got this. We got this. All right, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to heal. So Asuna also has another benefit, besides being the in-between caster that she is. She is also one of the fastest characters, if not the fastest character in the game. So we can act before the enemy acts quite often, and that's really helpful because that means that we can drop an ice blast on them and hopefully one-shot them, which is what we'll be doing a lot of inside this peninsula area, this little archipelago kind of place that we're at. I should say not peninsula, but in this like archipelago kind of place. The next thing that this game prescribes to, when I say there's a lot of translational issues and nuances and things like that, is if you notice defending when I was in the combat there. If you talk to people in town here, you find really quickly that you need to defend and then attack. It gives you bonus HP, and that's a very real thing for even the melee attackers. You need to take that step back and defend one round and then attack, and you can actually have a higher crit % chance as well. So there you go. That's something for you guys to learn, or something you guys to know if you play this game yourself. Any of the physical attackers really do benefit from that. So Wilmy, Lux, Camille, Olvin, even the demon Legis will need to attack, because he also gets really strong swords in the game too, and you don't need to rely. I don't think his mana pool is as big as Velsu's or Asuna's, and that's just a kind of a balancing thing. But yeah, this game is just chock-a-block full of nostalgia for me, and it's like a time capsule for me. So we'll have a little bit of reminiscing from my side as we play through it. Now, when I say translational issues and things like that, you'll see that some of the monsters, like that's called a hermit. The nearest I can figure that would maybe have been like a hermit crab. That was why they translated it. Or there might have been a Japanese word that was meaning several different things, and so they just kind of picked one. Power 1 up by 3. Magic 5. Nice. Okay, that's good, actually. Magic. We want our magic to go up every level by 4 or 5 if we can. That will be pretty much integral for our overall success with Asuna. There are no random encounters, and I say this in like the quotations of random encounters, but you can see the monsters on the crystal ball, and they will attack you if you stand still. So that's exactly what happened here. They attacked me as I was standing still. So I'm just going to stand here and let them do that. I can try and chase them down, but, you know, why do that? I'm going to be like, oh, you know, I'll be like the Venus flytrap. I'll wait for them to come and, you know, get caught, and then we'll kill them that way. That way I'm not running around, and I can actually devote my time to talking to you and monologuing and bantering with you guys. Hopefully you guys are here for this kind of content. This is kind of one of the reasons why I started this channel, to play games that I've never beaten and are on my backwards catalog of games to play and games to beat. This is just one of those games that's on that list. Super Mario RPG, I wanted to play through it one more time. I never wanted to do like a 100% completion run on that. I just wanted to play it through one more time. So that was in this same vein. Now, you heard me mention before that this was Enix before it was Square-enix. This was, I think, part of a series of games. At least a sequel was made for this game at some point later on, and it was only released in Japan, and then shortly after, Enix was purchased by Square, and they have since become the powerhouse that they are today, making, you know, the Final Fantasy VII games and game series and all those other games as well, and really bringing the Final Fantasy series into the culture classic that it is now and the pop culture success that it is right now. So yeah, really fun to discuss that as we go through this game as well. I'm looking forward to having a lot of those kind of talks. Now, what we're doing here is this game, being the 90s generation of games, prescribes to the context that you bought this game, you're going to play it, meaning you're going to grind. There's just no escaping it. But this, like any other good RPG, I feel does have a good, maybe not a good, but an okay front-end loading. Meaning that if we do the grinding early on, we just don't have to do that as the game progresses, and we're able to, just kind of play the game and not have to worry about taking a step back and standing outside of a town to grind for experience. I learned this the hard way when I was younger, when I was about 2/3 of the way through this game. I literally got to the point in this game where I was taking one fight outside of one of the towns and then had to run back into town before anything else fought me and rest at the inn because I could not survive more than one battle. That's how brutal this game can get if you don't stay in front of the learning curve or in front of the leveling curve. 4 HP, 4 MP, okay, power, 4 magic, that's really good. That's actually really good. Like I said, 4 and 5, because Asuna's bread and butter is going to be the fact that she is our caster, and she is going to need all the magic points that she can get. Power is your physical attack, so that's not really something that we'll be relying on. Speed is going to be huge for us as well, just to keep us in front of the monsters before they attack, because we will be a glass cannon. And then, what was the other one? Like defense, or, I can't remember what the other one was. I don't remember what was the other stat? Guard. Guard is our defense. So we would really want to get our guard up as much as we can, but it just naturally won't happen for our stat rolls. It's just not going to happen for our character, so we just got to lean into our strengths. We just got to lean into our strengths. In the first few episodes, we won't have a partner. You are able to change your partner, your companion, through some mechanics inside the game, if I remember correctly. I, again, will also be relearning this game with you guys as we play through it, so please forgive me if I get some things wrong. I will look things up, as I said, like I need to or feel to, but if you guys happen to know this game and want to comment on it, I would love to have an open dialogue about things that you remember about this game or any of your nostalgia games. I would love to hear about it. One of my subscribers talked about how they were playing through Ultima. I wish you all the luck, my friend. Become the Herald of Light and all that jazz. Let's see here. So we're down. We can't cast any more ice spells, so we got to get back into town. Ideally, before we get into the next town, I want to get to level 4, and then before we fight our first monster, our first boss, I want to get into level 6 is probably a good level for us to be in. So what I'm going to do right now is I am going to start moving that way. The challenge we're going to run into, so in the first town and the second town, if I remember correctly, there's an item you can purchase at 100 gold a pop that is a power bottle and a defense bottle, and that's exactly what they are. They give you protection, and they give you increased physical strength. So, and they're the only towns that you can purchase those things at. So it really does make a lot of sense to get a few of those to carry with you throughout the campaign and use those in certain situations. And I don't want to divulge those certain situations. I want to build dramatic tension about those certain situations. We won't be seeing any of the runes anytime soon. For like the first 3 playthroughs, we won't actually see any of the first 3 playthroughs. First 3 episodes, we probably won't see any of the runes, just if I'm remembering the context of the game. And then once we start getting them, they do fall in line pretty quickly, one after the other. Where it might be like every other episode after that we'll get a rune. And then let me think here. I think then an event happens and we have to, basically have another little like rune search party, essentially. So yeah. So in this town here, is it up here? I think no, I don't want to talk to a tree. I mean, as much as talking to trees is fun and therapeutic, I don't want to talk to a tree. Speaking of which, have you guys ever seen a rhino hanging out in a tree? No, it's because they're so good at it. There's our dad joke. All right. So I'm going to bring myself over here. And then I'm going to talk to these people over here. My wife is in a bad mood. You better not bother her. All right, well, I'm going to bother her because she's story content. I have trouble enough with that Ramus and all. Leave me alone. So, Ramus is the first boss. He's in the next castle that we have to fight and get our way through. Before we go and fight him, I'm going to grind, like I said, do a couple of things. But one thing that we're going to do is we're going to actually step inside the tavern here as soon as this lady moves. This is something you can miss, and this is something that you really don't want to miss. Talk to this gentleman right here, this knight. I'm Gain. I came from Burano to take care of my business here. I'm now stuck because the gate of Earth is closed. Will you help me? If you open the gate, I will give you this map to show my appreciation. The map has magic powers, and it will always show you where you are. Your journey will be easier with the map. Will you do it? It's a deal. Trust my word. So, very important that you talk to Gain and get that map. It does really help your playthrough. Absolutely, it really does. Hey, can you not do that? Thank you. All right, next, there's this thing right here. This you don't want to leave. Protection Seed. So that is, in like many RPG fashion, a permanent upgrade to your protection. There's power seeds, there are guard seeds, and things like that as you find throughout the world. I will encourage you to use them only on your main character. Do not use them on your companion. Any and all of them. And I mean that. Even the power seeds, use them on your main character. Do not use them on your companions. And there's a reason for that I don't want to divulge it yet, but there's a reason for that. All right, so now in here, I want to get a magic herb. I want to get a protection bottle of protection, and I want to get nope, I don't have enough money for that. I want to get a potion. So quite honestly, in the confines of this kind of a game right here, we are not, we're not confines of the game. In the chapter that we're in for this game, we are not even close to needing to use a potion 2. The only one that I think would ever really get to that point might be Wilmy or Lux, and that again is like a really far shot. So don't waste your money on potion 2s. Just get potion 1s for now. I did not stay at the inn, which is good. That's fine. I'm going to actually go back and stay at the inn. This will give me a chance to get another potion, which is good. Which is good, which is good. I didn't stay at the inn. Go up in here and get this. Okay. Now we're going to go in here and stay here. 6 gold. Nice. Good. Now if my game screws up again, it will hopefully be saved. Like I said, this is the 3rd time I've tried to record this thing. It's been very interesting to try and do this. I know this is probably going to go up a day later. I've been busy with my own life shenanigans, as it were. My daughter has Girl Scout cookie orders coming in. My son has Boy Scout stuff. I'm the leader in his den. So I play games when I can. That's really what it comes down to. I don't want to apologize for it because I'm really not sorry. It's my life. I enjoy every moment of it. I play games with you guys when I can, and I hope that you guys enjoy your lives and have things that you look forward to outside of video games as much as inside video games. That's kind of why I like playing older games, because it makes me remember my childhood and what it's like to be a kid. And I like playing games with my son and my daughter. In particular, my son right now, he is such a competitive spirit, and he's learning to play chess at the age of 6. So that's pretty impressive in and of itself. And he gets really upset when I win him. And, but he gets upset in a good way, I'll say. He gets upset in a good way. Good level 4, 5 HP, 6 MP, that's really good. Guard only 1, 5 magic and 4 speed. Good, and heal 1 is actually pretty good. That's going to be a good status effect eliminator for us, so we don't have to worry about antidotes and things like that. Okay. Or sorry, no, heal is just HP. I'm sorry. Heal is just HP, not status effect cleansing. Sorry, I got that mixed up. All right, so if you hadn't seen by now, there are very, again, liberal call-outs for the monsters, like those block-faced things that look like the wall monsters from Mario 64 are called statues. These things, you'd think they're called wraiths. You think they're called ghosts. No. Those are chimera. Again, it's a weird translation, I think, is what the only thing I can equate it to now at an older age, because I just assume that's what it was. They just didn't do I don't want to say a proficient job translating it, but they just didn't care because they might not have had the budget. All right, we're gonna get ourselves through the first floor of this place. Or basement, I should say. We're actually in the basement right now. Then we're gonna get ourselves through the 2nd floor, picking up the chests there, and then we're gonna go back to town, and I'm gonna call this episode there. I actually might even go back to town before that, because we're only at 12 MP, and I want to get this treasure chest, and then I gotta get out of here. Yeah, this might be interesting. Ooh, didn't finish it off. Oh, good dodge. Good. All right, we knifed him. So in this game, also I want to talk about this. Your staff, your melee weapon, does not affect your casting capability, at least to my knowledge. I will be looking up just to verify, so that I can make certain. But I do not believe that your weapon directly influences your spell power. So it's very much like Final Fantasy 1, where it just doesn't track. Oh, I tried to pop the menu in time, but I couldn't. Drat. All right, you chimera. I could be doing MP catcher and trying to get some MP from things. Oh, did you took 3 of my MP, and now I'm out of MP. That sucks. Well, I stab you. Then defend, and then, am I dead? No, you did that, good. Took 0 MP, good, finished him off. Whew! Alright, so out of combat I will be healing, and I will be using a magic herb. I think this is nope, don't want to talk. That's a topaz. Okay, good. So that's good. So I want to get myself an herb, 20, and I want to get a potion, 20. Good. We're a lot better now. We're a lot better now. Oh, of course you would do this to me. All right, well, at least it's experience. You'll also notice that this game is actually kind of brutal in the sense like spells can miss. Spells don't have 100% accuracy. So I don't know what directly influences that. There's no stat that you see as the player. I think it's just, you know, happenstance between like a level differential between you and the monster that you're casting the spell on. Maybe it's a speed roll against like your speed and their speed, but I am not entirely certain. Some smarter people out there probably broken this down or looked at the code or something like that. Another double. All right, well, that's fine. That's fine. Have at you with my icicles of doom. All right, cool. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to take a break from dungeon plunging and go into the back to town. That's probably the smart idea. Found another magic. Oh, found 2 magic herbs. Actually, ooh, they just kind of baited me. Maybe I should keep going. And that's the thing with this game. I don't know. I don't want to risk it if I don't have to, because that's 80 a pop. Whereas if I just run back to town right now, that's just 6 gold. So I think I'm going to do that. And then we get a few more encounters, and we'll be able to get back in here and hopefully get to the boss the next time we pick this up. Oh, please don't miss, because I will be dead. Okay, good. Whew. Yep, see? So there you are. And that's why you want to make sure you're prepared. All right, so I'm actually going to heal again. I'm going to pop one of those magic herbs, and I'm going to pop a potion. Now, you're going to say to me, like, wow, busy. Why would you do that? That doesn't seem like a really good use of things. You're running back out of town, or back out to town anyways. The reason why I did that, dear friend and dear hopeful subscriber, is because if you die in this game, you lose a large chunk of money, if not all your money. I can't remember if it's all your money or a large chunk of money. I don't want to lose any money, so I'm not going to do it. I'm going to hedge my bets, and I'm going to, you know, keep myself alive. How you stop that from happening is those gems that we're collecting. When you're in town, you convert your loose change into gems, and the monsters don't care about the gems. They care about the loose change in your pockets, just like my kids do. All right, HP up by 6, MP up by 6, power 2, guard 2. That's good. Guard 2 is really good. Magic by 5. Oh, that was a really good level. All right. Oh, and Purify. Purifies for the status effects. Got it. Cool. That was a really good level up. I think I'm going to stay outside and maximize our return on those items that we just used. But yeah, so you are warned now that this game, it doesn't pull punches. If you die, you lose a lot of money, if not all your money. Very Dark Souls-like, before Dark Souls was Dark Souls. This is just, again, a sign of the times. This was what RPGs were like. And it was meant to be and was a punishing system on purpose. Because if you were that foolish to run out into the world and not be prepared, you deserved punishment. You deserve some type of a reminder that you are but mortal and you will fall. If you know that line of that story. So like I said, I'm just going to kind of stand here and peter out the episode talking about my nostalgia for this game. I remember distinctly one snow day morning playing this game, and it was when my mom was not paying attention. We turned it on and we were starting to play it. And we rented it over the weekend, and we were playing it on Monday morning from school. And we had started it, and we got into such a fight about the game because we wanted to get back to town because we wanted to save it, and the school bus was outside blaring its horn, and my mom was livid. Oh my gosh, she was so mad. And when we got home from school that day, the game was returned, and she said in no uncertain terms we were ever to do that again, and we did not get to rent games that next weekend because of it. So yeah, that's why I think this game is also part of my core memories, is because of those learning lessons about video gaming, and there's a time and a place for it. But yeah, I love you, Mom, and I'm sorry I gave you as many gray hairs as I have. And I can't imagine my kids doing that to me now, because if they did, oh, it would not be pretty. I would probably be just as mad as you were. All right, we're going to stay out for one more combat, and then we're going to get ourselves back into town. Hopefully this is not infamous one more run, one more fight kind of thing, but we'll see. We'll see. I like those two dots that are just kind of standing outside of the castle, Ramos's castle, being like, "Hey, what's going on? What's going on, buddy? You going to the market? Going on a walkabout?" All right, cool. All right, this should be an easy finish. The hermits don't actually dodge, which is great. All right, cool. Awesome. Hermit lost. And then we're back into town. And I can get a few more curatives, and I can get us back into the inn. How much moolah do I have? Let me see here. Status. I've got 300 gold. That's pretty good, actually. That's pretty darn good. So I'm not going to buy 3 protection potions. I'm instead going to fill up on potions first. And then I'll get the a couple of magic potions, magic herbs. You can only carry 9, I believe. We'll see. That's where I'm going to max out. I'm going to max out here. There, okay. Well, you know what? I'm not going to max out. I will just do that. I'll do a magic herb, and then I will do another protection potion. And then I'm going to stay at the inn, and then I'm going to call our episode here. So yeah, this is Busy Gamer Dad starting our adventure in the 7th Saga. We picked Asuna Busy, the hybrid caster between white and dark magic. Hopefully we get a good physical powerhouse as our companion. I don't know what the catalysts are or the checkpoints are to get one or the other than talking to them, and it's a little bit random. Like, comment, subscribe if you feel so inclined. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to play this game with me, and hopefully you're here for it. Later.